Especially this part is going to be covered with gill. That's why it's going to be a little dry and hotter than any other part. But actually, the nearby the eyes
it's really
mostly inside. So I show you the first thing. We got the tuna head in here, mostly textured like an eggplant. But time goes by, going to be dry and hotter like a plastic.
Today we're at the Shota, an Edomae-style omakase restaurant located in San Francisco. At the time of our visit, the Shota has 1 Michelin star. Today we'll be looking at the Shota's seasonally changing omakase menu. The chef starts off by introducing us to the cuts that will make up the evening's omakase course, a nice aesthetic touch to get the guests excited for the courses to come. Right off the bat, you notice a nice gleam on the fish cuts, indicating decent fat content. And we all know, fat equals flavor. The meal starts off with this beautiful arrangement of 3 small plates, starting with a razor clam gillette at the top and moving clockwise, a kabocha squash puree with kuramame, and seasoned octopus on the left with Japanese mustard. A beautiful assortment of small bites to start off the meal. The kitchen then brought out this Conger Eel shawamushi with a clam broth foam on top. A rich hearty dish that was somehow light and airy at the same time, achieved by balancing the richness of the steamed egg with the tender mouthfeel of the Conger Eel and the lightness of the foam. Next on the menu was the Shota's sashimi course that featured white squid, king salmon, skipjack tuna, and filefish, accompanied by Hokkaido uni dipping sauce topped with dehydrated fish egg and smoked onion ponzu. The sashimi pieces were by themselves already of excellent quality, but the accompaniment of the uni dipping sauce and smoked ponzu elevated the course to another level. When we finished the fish, chef gave us a bowl of nori rice to go along with any uni dipping sauce that was left over, creating almost another dish within this already spectacular course. Moving on to the first nigiri portion of the omakase, chef provided 2 types of ginger as palate cleansers between bites. This is the part of the video where I hang back and don't talk as much, as there's not really much to say other than that the nigiri pieces were of tremendously high quality, perhaps one of the best we've had in California. My personal favorite was the Hokkaido Sea Scallop, which was so tender and yet had a nice bite that was chewy for a brief moment and melted in the mouth immediately after. After the first nigiri course, the kitchen brought out this beautiful arrangement of lightly fried king mackerel and pine mushrooms, paired with a dandelion vinaigrette and fresh matcha for dipping. And please know I'm not being dramatic when I say this. The tempura batter was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I asked for the recipe, but was immediately shot down. After the tempura dish, we moved on to the second nigiri portion of the course, which was perhaps the climax of the evening, as it featured the Shota's pride and joy, nigiri made from its famous whole bluefin tuna butchery. starting with this bite of lean bluefin with a beautiful red hue, uniquely tender with a wonderful texture created by the folds of the lean cut. I may have preferred this cut over the fattier cuts of bluefin I've had over the years, because you don't often find lean bluefin cuts that achieve this level of quality. Next, the chef put down a piece of this medium fatty bluefin tuna, which was, in purely technical terms, really freaking good. I want to take a moment to talk about this seawater eel piece, which let's just say was several notches above your everyday supermarket eel. Perfectly tender and flavorful. I'm pretty sure one of the ladies next to us started sobbing after experiencing this bite. Her reaction was entirely appropriate. The last of the raw fish courses was this playful handroll made from bluefin tuna that chef handed directly to us. The bluefin tuna used in the handroll was the flavorful meat that the chefs had harvested from the bluefin rib bones. As the evening winds down, we transition into closing courses, starting with this aromatic cup of miso soup dressed with shimeji mushrooms and sancho pepper. The waiter informed us that the miso in front of us had been fermented for several years, explaining the deep nuttiness and character of the miso that set it apart from your everyday miso soup. The dessert course consisted of traditional Japanese egg omelet with a smidge of banana cream and hojicha ice cream with shaved roasted chestnuts. Both were masterfully and carefully prepared by the chefs and were both light bites to round out the more savory courses of the evening, and yet at the same time uniquely flavorful. I would be remiss to point out that in Asian dessert fashion, both dishes were not too sweet. The last course of the evening was this plate of delicious small bites consisting of blood orange jelly, sun-dried persimmons with yutsu, and fresh gooseberries. A final demonstration that every single bite the chefs at the Shota put in front of us this evening were thoughtfully crafted and of the highest quality. And those were all the courses we had at the Shota. Altogether an enchanting evening filled with dishes that were creative and of the highest quality. If you ever make it to the Shota, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.